And we get into turn 42 with Washington, Teddy Roosevelt. We continue to explore and find Sripada with Sinbad. Continue to discover and continue to get just an insane amount of gold with Sinbad. Back up over 1,400 gold. Continue with our warrior over here. Continue to make our settler over yonder towards LA. And we can soon settle that. And you can see we are building Shenron, a little cool piece of artwork by the mod there. We will protect with our slinger and see if that galley comes back around. We will need to ultimately improve that again since the galley pillaged it. And we are a little bit shy on amenities, especially because we have so many cities. But we will stay put for now and move on. The galley came back into range, so we'll put some shots into that. Make our way to LA as we see a warrior as we're out scouting. So we'll bring our warrior back to escort the settler. As we can see, we're almost made our way around the world. Call us Magellan, although we did take a kind of a cheat code into the Bermuda Triangle. But we'll continue on our way with Sinbad, trying to find as much as we can as we meet Guitarja. We will not sample their hospitality. However, we will continue to explore. Meet Khmer. It is an absolute honor to meet you, my sir. And we are a little bit stuck on gold. The ancient era is about to come to an end in a couple turns here. Not entirely sure what we should do with the gold as of now. Possibly build some of those shrines once we get the holy sites up. 4 turns until the end of the ancient era. And in the meantime, while we do have that 1,400 gold, we'll actually open up this mod, the Quick Deals mod, an absolute blessing from the mod community, because trading is actually so powerful, and since we have explored so much with Sinbad, with our scouts, with everything, we can actually open it up, and we'll just go ahead and purchase all of these luxuries that we can. This mod makes it so much quicker trading everything rather than going to the diplomacy screen and trying to trade resources and click on it. It's under a couple clicks. You can do it all on one simple page here. Absolute blessing of a mod. As we continue to explore, find Korea and Vietnam, excuse me. Explore Korea as well. But let's escort this settler, since there is a barbarian over there. Put some more shots into this galley. Discover defensive tactics, which we will open up our policy cards here. Actually, not going to change anything. Still keeping that production in. Still keeping in that extra production since we are building Shenron along with the 100% holy site adjacency bonus, just to ramp up that production as much as possible from our religion. As we get a government promotion, I am actually a little bit disappointed. I don't necessarily want to choose Hermetic Order. We can definitely see if we have some ley lines in our land, but we'll pick up the city receives +2 gold from any unimproved features, as well as +1 appeal. This goes fantastic. For our capital, you can see that we get gold on all of these tiles, as well as the appeal goes up even more, which increases our holy site even more, I believe. Still shows 14. Maybe it will happen next turn. But behold, we go discover Halong Bay. Another 400 gold for the Empire. Travel across China. Also meet Japan. Make our way practically around the world. We did skip a little bit in the middle. stay put with our slinger and end the turn. The barbarians ram into the capital, which is actually good for us. We would love to have them kind of destroy themselves, but we will make sure to put shots into them. You can see they're actually quite strong and stronger than the capital as far as combat strength. Excuse me. But we have one turn on shipbuilding, so we have one turn on everything in here. But we might as well get celestial navigation prior to shipbuilding. Probably get these two, just so our units can explore across the water. We can possibly even go and settle the Bermuda Triangle as well out in the Caribbean as we continue to explore with Sinbad. However, I believe we'll just head back down. I believe this is Japan. Take out the barbarian with our warrior. We have 3 turns on Shenron. Make sure we are going to complete that. Let's see if anyone else is building it currently. Switch that over. 8 turns, so we should build it unless sometimes the AI cheats. I swear. I have no way to prove it, but I'm convinced. And we might as well purchase that temple in the meantime. And since we are going to be getting shipbuilding, let's go ahead and purchase that settler a little bit early, just so we can make our way down here and go settle the Caribbean and settle the Bermuda Triangle. One more turn for the ancient era.
And all I ask
as we research celestial navigation. And we'll go straight into shipbuilding as well. Make our way across the seas. Sinbad, only 2 more turns for his lifespan, but we will resurrect him soon enough. Meet Chocolate Hills as he goes. The beautiful Chocolate Hills to end his lifespan in the ancient era seems very fitting. But we make our way to California. Just some absolute beautiful tiles with Yosemite, with Crater Lake, Grand Canyon in the southwest. But make our way over with our settler to settle the Caribbean, fortify with that slinger. You can check out our land as of now as we head towards the classical era. And the world enters the classical era. We see everybody either congratulating us or not with the golden age, excuse me.
I cannot imagine any condition.
Too many notifications coming at me all at once. But we construct a holy site as well. But we also get Hercules. Unfortunately, we did not get him in the ancient era. I think he counts as coming out in the classical era. I mean, why wouldn't he? But 2 other heroes were claimed. But that means that once his lifespan is up, we won't be able to resurrect him this era. You can only resurrect your heroes once per era. So we'll have to wait on that. However, we finished shipbuilding. And we will just find out where the horses are. I'll probably just go ahead and research whatever I want, not try to min-max how much everything costs. We'll place down the holy site right on the coast. And in fact, I want to make sure we're getting the correct districts complete with Hercules. Might as well make the most out of him. And so we actually won't complete the holy sites. We'll place down the harbor as well and complete the holy site with Hercules and the harbor with just normal production. We completed the holy site here, and we'll see if we do want any more. I'll actually take Himiko and see if we can research Himiko, and at that point we might go into war and take over Canada as Teddy Roosevelt. We'll wait on that, go over to that holy site once Hercules can. Make our way to the Caribbean, and we'll see. Should be able to settle right here. We found New York in LA. Very fitting. But again, immediately start on the... We might split Hercules. Hopefully it has enough lifespan for it. But I would love to get that holy site completed with Hercules. This holy site completed with Hercules. And the holy site that we will need in the Caribbean with Hercules as well. Since that will cost the most. But might as well just start on a monument while we can. And see if we can't get the circumnavigation bonus. We did way overshoot the era score. But let's see if we can... we could go monumentality. We do have these Golden Age policy cards now. But not too thrilled with everything. We might as actually well get the +2 movement and extra charges. Since we should spread our religion early. Let's make sure we can do that. Pop out a missionary while that card's in. Spread to all of these, just so once we do start completing these holy sites, that they actually get production. We have one more turn on Shenron, which is fantastic. Somebody is completing the Temple of Artemis as well, but that'll be alright with us. We get the relic from Sinbad, and at the exact same time, complete Shenron with a little bit of voice acting.
I am fond of pigs.
I am fond of pigs. What a turn. But you can see Shenron in the air. What this wonder does is you basically get a goody hut every couple of turns or so. And we discover the Void Singers. That's good for us. I mean, that will be absolutely broken. I mean, it is absolutely broken. But we didn't check out the greatest cities. Washington is actually not the greatest city in the world, it says. Although we do have the most faith. The Great Lighthouse, somehow. And a ton of population. However, we will take that over soon enough. Let's just grab pottery while we can. I wonder if all of these show... They do show a granary, even though we don't have pottery built. Shout out to the mod for making that work. Let's make sure we complete this holy site with Hercules. Go straight back into the harbor. And then we'll place that government plaza. Might as well get that rolling. Since we completed that holy site, we'll spread some crabs down in Florida.
No man ever wetted clay.
Discovery pottery. Discovery pottery. Let's get irrigation. That galley is still out there being a nuisance. We have enough gold. We might as well purchase a quadrireme. While we can. We did complete that government plaza. Let's complete that preserve while we can. Let's make sure we have good tiles in a couple of these cities. See, we should swap. Just completed the holy site. And I think trying to get another hero might be overdoing a little bit. Since they would actually be more than 52 turns. Because once we complete Himiko, they'll go up in cost. So, let's put our production to good use and at least get a shrine. At the same time, let's appoint these Void Singers. Probably make a bunch of people mad at us. In the meantime, let's get that. Let's see who's all mad at us. Just about everybody shares their opinion. And let's move our settler down, continue to make our way towards the Caribbean. And That quadrireme will escort the settler, so in the meantime, we do want to bring Hercules all the way out to the New York of LA. We'll bring our warrior back as well. And then we do want to re-improve that, since that doesn't take a charge before we use our charge on the olives.
Thousands have lived
And we
without
discover
love,
irrigation,
democracy,
complete
equal vote.
feudalism. We'll keep that card in. Don't necessarily need to be building, popping out too many builders right now. Let's go take on that galley that's being such a nuisance. And since the quadrireme is protecting, we'll put our builder out as well. Let's go up and see. Let's go up and unlock industry. Go up through currency. Let's get a couple of these civics while we can. See if we can build the Tenkaichi Budokai. We'll keep our warrior here for when Shenron reappears, and so he can grant our wish. Continue to make our way with that missionary spreading crabs all over the United States. Seems like the Kree actually is going to take out the new swarm. We'll stand in guard just in case. Sometimes when the AI is hurt, they do all sorts of crazy stuff.
Writing means sharing.
Discover writing.
Only one
Excuse me.
knows
Discover
your
writing,
fate.
military tradition, keep the same policy cards in. Finally complete that preserve. We'll immediately start on that grove. As we finally take out the galley. Re-improve the sea urchins. Continue to spread crabs. What am I saying? Go to settle down in the Caribbean, settle the Bermuda Triangle. Hopefully you don't get lost in it. And speaking of, I would love to actually send a settler down in to the into the Bermuda Triangle. However, let's see if we can do that. Let's take out urban planning for the time being. We'll be okay. Let's pop out a... we don't even have enough faith for the... It's kind of funny. We don't have enough faith for the settler. Definitely don't have enough gold. But let's check in. Sinbad is to recall his 850. We most likely will be doing that.
If it does not bring you happiness, will at least help you be miserable in comfort.
There you
If
go.
it's natural to kill.
Discover currency. Let's probably take that policy card out, since we can get that, produce that settler, or buy it with faith. Put urban planning back in. I believe that is our most efficient card for the time being. Let's see if we can make our way over to New York to spread our religion. In the meantime, let's see where our iron is finally. Might as well research those couple of things. Go straight into naval tradition. Let's take over the shores, the seas. Let's get out on the water with our settler. We completed the harbor. So we can immediately, let's start on the lighthouse, get that trader route capacity up, hopefully get a couple cities up and running that aren't.
Who deserves more credit than the wife?
Discover mining. Seems like Maya does have a couple of boats out here in the Caribbean, so let's make sure we do protect that settler. Completed the holy site. Let's place that preserve down with an absolute beautiful spot in the Appalachian Mountain Range. Finally complete the olives. Improve on a couple luxury resources. Going to be sending that settler through the Bermuda Triangle, seeing what it has to offer. Although I don't think we can go through the oceans as of yet. So maybe not. Maybe have to hold off on him as well. Which is fine.
I'm also interested. A good navy is not a provocation to
get naval tradition. And we are going to take out this policy card. And as far as putting one in, might as well pop out at all the... Actually, we want to save up our faith to repurchase Sinbad. I think that's the better option. And in the meantime, not too sure what to do. We'll add in a little extra culture, never hurts. And we'll go up and make sure all embarked units can't go into the ocean, go up through cartography. Although it will take a little bit, that will be alright with us. Research naval tradition. Let's go up, get medieval fairs in the meantime. At the same time, make our way with our settler out to the Caribbean. Spread crabs to LA. Protect that city. One more turn on the Grove, one more turn on the Lighthouse.
If I were again
Discover mathematics. You can see Shenron is back available. So let's pick up 20 diplomatic favor. Completed the Grove. Look at all those nice and juicy preserve tiles. At the same time, we might as well choose one of the government plaza buildings. We'll go straight for the Warlord's Throne. Eventually, we will probably be capturing a couple cities here and there. Because this is a Civ game, and why would we not? And at the same time, completed everything here as far as districts and the number of districts we can complete. But we do have a couple of choices. We could choose the Itsukishima Shrine. I apologize. But that seems like a perfect thing. Improve on all the appeal of Buffalo and Florida. The Buffalo of Florida. Make our way over to the Bermuda Triangle. Most of the heroes have been discovered at this point or claimed. However, except Himiko and Beowulf. We have finally almost made it to the Caribbean. Just can you continue to wait by Shenron as well. We pick up a goody hut along the way. As we can go back and protect, it seems like Maya does have a mighty fine navy out and about. But let's go down and explore South America while we can. Don't want to explore too much because we do actually want to save a couple natural wonders for Sinbad. And we almost have enough faith to purchase him. Made our way over to New York with Hercules. And at the same time, let's see where we want to put that holy site. +8 there, +10 up there. I think we probably should take the +10. Not too long to get there. Although, maybe longer than we think. But we can get some exploration done over in Vancouver, Oregon area. We complete the Warlord's Throne. Have a couple of choices. We could get the Kame House, which grants the ability that units trained in this city recon. Only adjacent enemy units can reveal it. So it kind of is hidden. Melee +1 movement. Range +1 additional attack per turn if the movement allows. And anti-cavalry gets 2 times flanking bonus. This is kind of the first time I've really looked at this. This is completely broken. I mean, +1 attack if movement allows for ranged units. Might as well build this. We can test and see how broken it is. But you can't see, we also have a 4th tile. We can purchase all the way out to our 4th tile if we really want. But might as well complete that in the capital while we can. Let's keep those policy cards in, and we do finally have enough faith to repurchase Sinbad. And we could send him straight into the Bermuda Triangle, or trying to decide exactly how I want to navigate. Whether we come around, we'll go back into the Bermuda Triangle. It does go to the same spot every single time. Right around that Madagascar area. But we'll pick up +2 gold per citizen in the city. Just a little extra gold. Come around with Hercules. Hopefully can make our way through, and hopefully the Kree with Oya is not making our way to attack New York. At the same time, let's send our settler out. We could have kept Sinbad around, actually, to protect against the Maya, just in case they do something crazy and decide to attack us. However, not going to, but going to definitely settle the Caribbean in the meantime, pick up that cocoa.
There are very honest people.
Research medieval fairs. We'll keep those in for now, see if we do want to change them ultimately. But let's go down. Let's just go up into Reformed Church, pick up all those civics. In the meantime, let's appoint Pengala. Might as well at this point. Let's throw him down in Buffalo. And at the same time, since we hit population 7 in Buffalo, we'll see where we once are preserved, because we do want to set that down. But we don't want to complete it. Make sure we get that Itsukishima Shrine. In the meantime, let's see if we are competing for it. We are not. Although a lot of fun wonders are being taken in the meantime. We are able to finally settle the Caribbean at this point. We'll place that holy site down just in case. Hopefully we are building it with Hercules. But I want to make sure we can actually get there, since he does have to make a trek. Make sure he has the lifespan for it. But let's go down and get ready to send that settler into the Bermuda Triangle when we can. Continue to scout. Send Sinbad over yonder, and hopefully we can actually pick up some barbarian galleys with him as well. We actually get attacked a little bit with Sinbad, but we discover a barbarian camp that we can take out, pick up a little bit of gold. That gold actually increases, since it is a later age. Completed the shrine in Charleston, but finally have enough to work on that preserve. Have another beautiful place in the Appalachian Mountains, all preserved up. But let's continue. Let's actually switch this trade route. Let's put it in Boston, since that seems the latest on the holy site. Once we finally get all these holy sites up, we will be able to, each one will be basically independent and have enough production to be independent. But in the meantime, let's continue to scout, make our way towards South America with that scout. Let's finally pick up that holy site in New York. Immediately complete it with Hercules. We'll be completing that God obelisk in one turn as well. Lots going on in the world. Let's see if there are any luxury resources to purchase. There are 2. And we are not able to switch out our policies. We will do that next turn. Discover buttress and recorded history. Let's swap these out. We'll finally place in monumentality, but not necessarily for builders at this point. We'll still hold off on builders while we can. But we built that preserve. Let's go straight for the grove. But why we want... We'll actually see if we... I would like to switch this soon enough and finally get those builders. So let's go for mercenary to be a turn sooner. Put some turns into a shrine. We have 16 turns. How long does it say? 11. Should be able to make it there in time, especially with this trade route being sent. Cannot make it to Washington yet. Let's promote Pingala for extra culture. Continue on to South America. Let's park that settler in Philadelphia of the Caribbean. Let's park the quadrireme there as well, since it is a little bit vulnerable. Let's continue down past the southern tip of Africa. And for our faith, we do want to purchase the traders. We'll purchase one in LA, the Los Angeles of northern Texas. And then after we research mercenaries, we want to start popping out as many builders as possible and cut down all this terrain before we ultimately rebuild it back up. But it will take a little bit to rebuild back up, because since we can't do that until conservation. Shenron is back to grant another wish. We gained much needed experience on that warrior. We finally completed a Himiko, which is going to do absolute nothing for us. I think I accidentally thought Himiko was Hippolyta. I think my brain mixed the two. But we can send her on. She can explore a little bit. Let's send that over to trade route to Washington. Let's just automate explore with that scout so it's not keeping our mind busy. Let's continue to make our way with Sinbad. Discover the Namib Sand Sea for a nice 400 gold. And in the meantime, with this gold, let's start gearing up to protect ourselves. Let's make sure that army score is nice and threatening. And we'll go immediately back on our word and purchase a shrine. Be a little greedy. Let's complete that temple in the meantime as well.
In peace, one is
completed
despoiled by
mercenaries. So let's put in serfdom so we can start popping out some builders. Let's immediately go back in. Go up to Reformed Church. We completed the shrine. Let's immediately start on that temple. Got that quadrireme. Let's just protect. Make sure we're ready for any of these deity AIs to get any funny businesses in any of their heads. Let's continue to make our way up the African coastline. We have plenty of faith, so let's start purchasing these builders. We can purchase them in pretty much every city, and they all have extra charges from serfdom. Himiko can kind of stay stationary. We finally complete the holy site, and we can figure out where we will ultimately want to place our preserves. We can't place them right there. Eventually, we will be able to start building some trees around them. We can go over here, and we'll actually just harvest these ox. That will help us complete the Itsukishima Shrine. And we will also help that to build that preserve over there. In Baltimore, we will start harvesting these resources. First, we can harvest the marsh for food. We will build a mine on that iron. And we will harvest the potatoes. We are harvesting everything we can because ultimately we are going to be putting woods and forest on everything we possibly can to improve all of the appeal. So we can harvest everything in the meantime, get all the production, get all the food, get everything out of the land, and then build it back up into a natural paradise. So let's harvest that food there. Well, actually, now the problem is we don't have the... We won't have the ability to build back up our trees, and if we harvest that tree in the meantime, that will reduce the appeal and actually reduce the production in Washington, and I don't necessarily want to do that. I'm not entirely sure if there is another natural wonder over on this side of Africa, but we continue to meet all the civs in the game, circumnavigate the globe. Let's go back over to South Africa, see if we can find some more natural wonders over there. But we completed our very casual plus 24 holy site. Unfortunately, we actually do not have crabs in Boston. Unfortunately. But we might as well go for Petra. Let's see if anyone's building it in the meantime. No one's building it, so we'll go for Petra in Arizona. We'll place it right next to the Beringer crater. Let's go harvest that barley. Let's get drunk in Cincinnati. Start harvesting those wooded areas over there. I'll harvest the granite in the meantime, and I don't have masonry to do so. So it looks like I'm not. We'll harvest the rice in Baltimore. Complete the preserve in Buffalo. Immediately start on that grove. A campus would be good. +4 campus. Diplomatic quarter. Not entirely sure. We would love to get access to this side of the coast as well with a harbor. But have not completed a campus yet. Might as well complete a +4 one while we can. Let's go back across the Atlantic. Let's find Brazil. I'm actually kind of a little surprised I haven't met him yet. But we haven't discovered too much of South America.
It's all papers and forms. The entire civil service.
We've gotten civil service, and while these two cards are still in, we might as well purchase some more builders where we need them. I don't believe we need too many more warriors. I think we're going to chill out a little bit until we get a little bit closer to conservatism. That looks like a nice and juicy spot for a preserve. Let's harvest the corn as well for gold. You can go to sleep on that settler. Harvest the jungle in Florida. We're able to complete that preserve. Let's harvest the marsh down in New Orleans as we improve on the llamas of Yosemite. We'll continue on Sinbad's fortune, raking in the gold for us. Then we're able to change out these policy cards, put in some more advantageous ones. Which... let's get the amenities for a garrison unit, as well as... let's quickly check. We have not spread crabs everywhere. We would really like them in... that has to be... becoming religious soon, correct? I'm really not able to tell. We'll let it naturally. We won't put that policy card in. But let's put a little bit towards Ancient Wonders. Can't put that policy card in. That will help us with Petra. We make history. We complete the Grove. We might as well plop down another district while we're at it. We'll plop down a commercial hub down in New Orleans. Completed the God Obelisk. And we'll put some turns into the Quadrireme. Again, we want to bring Hercules down, and it's going to be close. Sometimes that, what it projects is not correct, and sometimes messes up, but we'll believe it for now. Let's continue to clear out all the features on the map. Starting to take a little while with our builders, but we'll make do. Let's research that temple. A little bit hard on the computer. But let's continue to improve things over here with our builders while we're at it. Let's make our first industry. Let's continue with Sinbad's fortunes. Surprised we finally get the vampires secret society. Have plenty of gold. Let's make sure we can't purchase anything advantageous, which we definitely can. Let's purchase some shrines. Let's purchase some temples. Let's improve on all of our infrastructure. And then start working on some good old-fashioned military. We continue to build up the infrastructure of the United States, complete that grove. Now we do have an option here. We could immediately start working on the Tenkaichi Budokai. All current units gain 20 experience points. The city that initiates the Tenkaichi Budokai project provides gold every turn and +1 amenity when active, and all units gain 20 experience once finished. So we definitely want to be building this. We can check out, make sure nobody else is building. We are still leading on Petra. An unmet player is researching. I'm glad I checked. So let's immediately start on that Tenkaichi Budokai. I believe this is our most advantageous place to build it. It does say we will outbuild the competitor now, but we do need to keep an eye on that. Let's immediately start into the library. Let's make sure we can improve the cocoa. Let's continue to remove as many features as we can and feel comfortable with before we can rebuild them. Complete the temple in Charleston. Charleston is a mighty fine city, and in the meantime, we could go with a Mahabodhi temple, but we do have an excess of faith. Unfortunately, we don't have any great engineers we could go for. But in the meantime, with our faith, we could have done this a little while ago, but we will go ahead and just purchase the apostles while we're at it. As we complete that temple, we are going to actually go for a commercial hub in Charleston while we're at it. Keep improving on those trade routes. In the meantime, this horse is not blocked off by any preserves, or we want to keep it unimproved for any preserves for any reason. Let's continue on Sinbad's fortunes. Make sure we are continuing to lead on the wonders we are building.
Every man should make his son learn some useful trade or profession.
We research guilds, along with gaining a governor title, which we will put on Pingala. Let's get some more science as well. Let's improve the cocoa. Make our way through South America. Improve on a market, and let's evangelize our religion while we're at it. Now, not too much to pick. Actually, a lot of the choices have already been taken, so let's just go with the stupas, as well as, let's see if we can get that crusade, since we did spread our religion early. Hopefully that goes to our neighbors. We get a nice little combat bonus before we take out what's rightfully ours. But in the meantime, let's continue to harvest these features. Let's talk to Shenron. Gets a nice population. Build in Kame house. Improve on the horses. I believe we want to keep these policy cards in. Extremely strong for us. Let's remove that marsh and the jungle. Completed the market. Let's immediately go straight into a temple, but that also increases our trade route capacity, which we should be able to actually just purchase, I believe, with some gold. Stand by, Shenron. Complete that commercial hub into the market. Now, we did evangelize that belief. Let's get some amenities across our nation, especially since we're so wide. You're definitely not a static or anything like that. Let's go up to harvest the ox. Not exactly sure what to do with that builder, but make our way around the southern tip of South Africa. One more turn on Kame House. Let's make sure we are still leading on the Tenkaichi Budokai. So we completed the Kame House. You can see it there. Some nice crabs as well. And Abu symbol in the background.
Not all who want
and completed cartography at the same time. That means we can immediately head into some wild oceans. with our settler, you can see, again, it comes out in kind of the same spot. Researched cartography. Let's go into masonry. We do need that to harvest that granite. In the meantime, for our capital, we could go for the Casse de Contacion. Or we could just go for kind of a normal harbor. I do believe we just go for the normal harbor for the time being. Completed the temple. Let's start building up that army. So pop out a slinger while we're at it. Completed the library. Again, not a whole lot to build. We can build the Magayo Caves. International trade routes provide +2 culture and +2 faith. Trade routes outside of home territories provide +1 great artist points. However, we're not going to have that many international trade routes, but we can build it anyway. I don't see anything that I really want to build in the meantime. We could build up that army, obviously, but I mean, we'll be able to purchase them and most likely get those any way you put it. But let's put that wonder policy card back in. Continue to make our way around the southern tip of South Africa. Harvest all the features we can. Pop out some slingers. Make sure we're protecting ourselves. Send that trade route to Washington. And the one mod I haven't really mentioned, but the Sucretax regions mod. So it basically provides special unique bonuses to certain regions if you settle in them. Like this one, the Prophetic Visions. This region tiles adjacent to holy sites yield +2 faith, increasing to +3. Is that not working? Is that because the holy site is over here? Possibly. Not entirely sure. But too much information. Information overload. But we continue. Finally built. Hey, we have the Kame house surrounded by turtles. I didn't realize that it surrounds itself with turtles. That is so funny. But surrounds itself with turtles. An absolute... If we improve all of those, we could possibly even build the Mausoleum of Holocaust right there. Holocaust. But we continue on our way, making our way through every turn.